Dave the sign guy here, and I think I screwed up. Have you ever done something and after the fact you go, wait, that's wrong? Well, I think that's what happened to me today. I'm sitting thinking about the insulation I did on the inside of my van, and I'm believing that I may have done it wrong. And not a little wrong, probably a lot wrong. So what I did that's so wrong, I think, is I installed rock wool insulation on the panels of my van, and then over that rock wall insulation I put a barrier insulation. It's kind of like a 1/4 inch of foam with like a Reflectix type material. Why is this wrong? Well, if moisture is going to occur in your van, it's going to probably occur on the metal itself. And the rock wool being connected directly or touching directly to the metal will absorb that condensation or moisture. So what I'm worried about is the rock wool insulation absorbing moisture and creating mold between my aluminum wall and the exterior wall. So I think I'm going to pull out all of the wall insulation and start from scratch. The ceiling is foam connected directly to the ceiling with glue, so that's not going to be a problem. But the wall, yeah, it's a 3-inch insulation, which is a little thick. And another thing it's doing is it's pushing out significantly. So significantly that I took a piece of scrap aluminum and just put it against the wall and put pressure where I was going to screw to the side beams, and the aluminum bowed out just like this. That's not good. I don't want bows. I want the aluminum to go on there flush and flat, just like the panels on the doors did. So yeah, I'm thinking not such a good thing going on here. But I thought, you know what, this is a learning experience and a good thing to talk about with my fellow YouTube family. It's not about going and getting something done for the sake of getting it done. It's about doing it right. And when you realize that maybe there could be a problem in the future, this is the time to start over. So I think in the coming days, after I get my new insulation in, I'm going to rip out all the wall insulation and start over. That's not going to be fun, because I'm also going to remove all this aluminum tape that I got everywhere and be more careful about how I place that aluminum tape. So as a matter of fact, some of these holes I'm thinking about 3D printing little caps to go over out of plastic, so that instead of this tape, it'll be just covered in plastic that's the same level as the holes, and give it a little bit better, flatter, plain area to actually put covers on. So my plan is white aluminum walls, making a aluminum piece that'll be slanted here for the back, and an aluminum ceiling. Now the aluminum ceiling I will be wrapping in vinyl. It's going to be the Milky Way at night. The walls will just be solid white because I want to get some light reflecting back and forth. So for now, that's the plan. But first and foremost, I got to get this insulation out, and we're going into the colder weather. But let me tell you something. I do notice one thing for sure. These walls being insulated make this van right off the little heater up front warm up so fast. And the sound level, it's much quieter when you drive this down the road. You barely hear yourself passing other vehicles. So insulation is huge. It's huge for silence. It's huge for heating. It's huge for cooling. But the key is you got to do it right. When I redo this insulation, I'm going to use a Reflectix, but I'm going to have an air gap between the wall and the outer panel of the van wall and the inner or interior wall panel, so that there's airflow between those. That helps with insulation. I'm going to a denim panel to got like a Reflectix metal to it as well. And I also have a thin reflective material that I'll put onto the back of the wall panels when I apply them themselves. So that will hopefully create that air gap I'm looking for. So the 1 inch on the actual wall of the exterior of the van and the 1/4 inch that I put on the interior wall panels should create a good R value, help deaden sound still, and yeah, overall just be a much better option, because even though you would think this would provide good insulation and everything, and it will, and it does, I can't have this, I can't have this bowing into the interior. It's just going to look hideous. And I want it to look like it's professionally done. So I'll do a few shots of me ripping this stuff out here in the coming days and what I'm doing to put the new stuff in. And other than that, I just thought I'd check in and let you know, look, it's not so bad that you screw up. What's bad is if you screw up and you don't do anything to correct it. And that's my goal here. I want to correct my mistake. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be pulling all that out. Once I get the new insulation in, I can then start wiring. I had intended today to put the TV antenna and the solar panels on the roof because it's supposed to be a pretty nice day. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen now, because I don't know if I want wires hanging in the middle of the floor while I'm trying to rip out the insulation. So yeah, this not a happy camper about it, but got to do what I got to do. Anyway, check back in. I'll talk to you soon. This is Dave, the sign guy, signing out.